Okay, folks, we're at Kodachrome Basin State Park in southern Utah, and today we are going to do the Panorama Trail. This seems to be a much better trail. Hopefully we won't get lost today. So we have here, let me tilt up a little more. We have the tower on the right. We have a tower right there in the middle. And then we have a couple more on the rock face that may someday separate and be discrete towers, but for right now they're still attached to the rock face. I would assume that that's a handprint. I don't know if they waited until after about 5 days of rain and did that, or what. And then if you look over on this side, it looks like the whole community put their hands in. Not a bad view at all. Here's a close-up of that crinkled dirt. So it is pretty textured. I mean, it's several inches thick or more. So the ballerina spire appears to have a sandstone exterior and some hard rock interior. Very neat how it's got a big sandstone base. So we're here, there's another wash in between us and the canyon wall. They're everywhere. Out in the middle of the valley, it looks like it's perfectly flat. And you realize that the top surface is, but there could be washes that are 20 feet deep. And if you're not paying attention where you're walking, well, I think you'd be in for a surprise. So this is called Hat Shop. Hopefully you can see the sign now. I'm assuming it's because of the plates on top of the spires, as well as the loose rock that is slowly working its way downhill. They almost look like stalactites in a cave. They're just a different color and material. This isn't going to be the best exposure, but in case we don't come back this way, I can show you the canyon wall that we've basically walked up. So here you can see the different layers, the sediment down low and the rocks that have been washed downhill. And that red clay layer, and then the higher cliff and the newer rock. You get this exposed sandstone rock face here. And you've got spires, you've got crusted rock, everything is just beautiful. And again, the weather is just absolutely perfect. It's probably in the mid 70s, but there's a nice breeze, so it's not hot. Beautiful. Just beautiful. It's amazing that stuff hasn't eroded yet, but you can see when it does, it goes downhill fast. Yeah, it's pretty steep. Well, it looks like Kathleen wants to do the secret passage. You have a tree growing out of ostensibly a rock. Don't ask about the holes. I don't know. Don't know if it was nature or critters. Yep. Okay, we're somewhere on the Secret Passage Trail, but we're going from this open prairie land to walking through these sandstone cliffs. And here's a more of a ground level. This smooth sandstone is just wild. The base. Beautiful. Now Kathleen is walking around what appears to be the base of the backside of the rock face that I just shot. So we're going right here. Wow. On this sandstone. Nice.
Oh my goodness, gorgeous. There's no bad view.
Pretty wild. We come over here and we've got these teepee-like spires on the left. Just amazing that all this was cut just by water.
Wow, look at the rock.
Here's another pass, if you will, between the two, and you can see the water clearly is doing its magic. That's wow, that looks like a head. And then this is pretty wild here. You've got, looks like different colored sandstone and possibly granite or something else. And then they're right there at the wash in between. It's almost honeycomb. Another one of nature's patterns. The switchback in sand. This would qualify as a box canyon, a mini box canyon, possibly, depending on what your arm width is, a slot canyon.
It's pretty awesome.
Not big, but look up the rock side here, and you can see it's that rock strata.
Wow.
but on this side, it's just smooth sandstone. That perfectly vertical rock face on the other side. Let me tilt up just a touch here. What's that? Let's pan this awesome rock face. Alright, so we got to go this way just to get to the Kodachrome Arch.
I'm taking that thing my way. I'm following your button.
Mm-hmm.
One step at a time on the stairs. We go down it, we have to go back up it.
All this here and even goes up higher. That's right over our heads. So we got 2 towers there. A third one over here. Get some sky all around to show these sheer rock faces, or sand faces again, I don't know which they're classified as, but it's pretty impressive. Nice. Here's the front of that rock face. Mini valley on the way over, and I wonder if that's Kodachrome Arch right there. In the just to the left of center. There's another shot of the other side of the face.
Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Wow. There's the canyon Kathleen's going to go up. Looks like there's a good chance it might end up being a slot canyon at some point. Pretty awesome. Those beautiful rock formations. Stay on this here and see what it looks like. Look at that. That's pretty wild. No man-made noise at all, just the wind. There are hardly any birds here right now. Don't know if that's normal, but just the wind. Definitely not used to carrying all this equipment this far.
Claws on that thing.
We're at this wash,
Look at that.
and clearly this one is one of the main ones.
Look at the claws on that.
You can see the color of the dirt is much darker compared to the surrounding areas. And then you come across this greenish gold color. Don't know if it's the rock, fungus, lichen, something else, have no idea. It's the first time we've seen this color since we've been in the park.